truth is, you do not actually own a cat. That cat owns you. You will be shocked to know that the brains of people who truly love cats have been bizarrely rewired to accept behaviors that normal people would call straight-up abuse. Welcome to the world of those who have successfully cracked the secret language of these miniature wild beasts. Do not ignore this, because if you are a true cat lover, you will see yourself in every single second of today's video. The biggest mistake outsiders make is thinking we are crazy for letting a snobby creature scratch and ignore us all day long. But the real meaning behind those scars and those condescending glares is a pure, extreme kind of love that only reprogrammed brains can understand. Absolutely do not look away, because the final sign at the number one spot will leave you stunned at the sheer level of psychological manipulation. Cats have pulled on humanity for the past 10,000 years. Let us start with a phenomenon every cat owner experiences, but very few actually understand the biology behind. I am talking about the sudden love bite when you are petting them. Picture this. You are sitting on the sofa in the quiet of the evening. The only sound is the gentle rustle of the wind outside. Your hand is slowly stroking their soft, warm fur. Their eyes are half closed, and everything seems perfectly peaceful and full of affection. But then suddenly, like a lightning strike, their pupils dilate into massive black pools, their ears flatten slightly, and their razor-sharp teeth clamp down on your wrist. A normal person would scream, pull back in shock, and push the animal away out of pain and feeling entirely betrayed. But a true cat lover, they just smile, endure the sharp pinch, and say it is because the cat loves them too much. Why is there such a bizarre psychological difference? Science calls this petting-induced overstimulation. Imagine millions of nerve endings in your cat's hair follicles receiving the physical sensation from your hand. To them, that feeling is not just a gentle touch. It is like a live electric current rushing through their entire nervous system. When that current hits its absolute peak, their brain fires a rapid survival reflex to stop the sensory overload. That is exactly when they bite you. But here is the catch. If that cat truly wanted to hurt you, it would tear a chunk of flesh off your arm in less than 1/10 of a second. But it did not do that. It only held your hand tight and used just enough force to send a clear warning. The fact that a wild predator with killer instincts has to violently struggle to control its bite force just so it does not injure a clumsy human is the ultimate peak of bonding. True cat lovers deeply understand this silent sacrifice. They look at the red tooth marks on their skin and see a medal of absolute trust. If they could speak human, that bite means I love you so much I am trying my absolute hardest not to kill you right now. Respond by immediately freezing your hand and letting them dictate the next move. But it does not stop there. This is nothing compared to how cat lovers react to the mystical power of their purring. Most people think purring is simply a sign of a happy, sleepy pet. The truth is completely the opposite and scientifically mind-blowing. Did you know that the sound frequency of a purr falls exactly between 25 and 150 Hz? This is the exact frequency range used in human physical therapy to regenerate bone tissue, reduce pain, and heal physical wounds. When a cat jumps on your lap in the dead of winter, curls up into a tight, warm loaf, and starts rumbling like a tiny engine, it is not just relaxing, it is actively performing medical therapy on your body. Cat lovers possess a bizarre psychological instinct to recognize this invisible healing process. They are willing to sit perfectly still for hours on end, staring at the dust particles dancing in the sunlight, even when both their legs are completely numb and their bladder is screaming for help, just to avoid interrupting the healing session of this four-legged doctor. That is not laziness. That is a symbiotic psychological state. We provide safety and food, and they provide sound frequencies to stabilize our heart rate and lower our stress levels. The biggest mistake owners make is trying to force cats to show love the human way. Cats do not kiss, they do not hug, and they certainly do not wag their tails to please you. Instead, people who truly love cats have learned to embrace the total ignorance. When you come home after a long, exhausting day, open the heavy front door, and your cat merely glances at you from across the room before going back to licking its paws. A normal person would feel deeply rejected, but to a true cat lover, That is the sign of the healthiest relationship on the planet. It means your cat trusts your presence so absolutely that it does not feel the need to be on high alert or fake a warm greeting. In the cat world, being completely unbothered and exposing their relaxed posture around another creature is the highest compliment of ultimate safety. They are actually screaming that I know you are here to protect me, so I do not even need to look out for danger anymore. But all of this brings us to the final sign. The ultimate psychological trap that will leave you absolutely speechless. You are sitting on the cold floor. The room is dimly lit by a single warm lamp in the corner, casting long, dark shadows across the rug. Your cat casually walks over, looks you dead in the eyes, drops to the floor, and slowly rolls onto its back. It exposes its incredibly soft, fluffy belly, completely vulnerable to the open air. This is the ultimate red flag for an amateur owner, but an irresistible magnet for a true cat lover. You reach out your hand, gently sinking your fingers into that warm ocean of fur. For exactly 2 or 3 seconds, it is pure heaven. But then, the trap snaps shut, faster than the blink of an eye. All 4 of their paws wrap around your fragile arm and lock you into a death grip. Their sharp claws dig deep into your skin like tiny surgical needles, and their powerful hind legs start delivering those lightning-fast bunny kicks directly into your flesh, striking your arm 20 or maybe 30 times in a matter of seconds. You try to pull away, but the grip is made of pure, solid steel. A normal person would be furious. They would scream that the animal is a psychopathic traitor who lured them in just to attack. But you are completely misunderstanding the situation. In the wild, a feline belly is its most heavily guarded secret. It houses all of their vital internal organs, and exposing it to a potential threat is a literal death sentence in nature. When your cat lies on its back in the middle of your living room, they are radiating the highest level of safety pheromones possible. They are practically screaming that this territory is so incredibly safe that I can expose my ultimate weak spot to the world. So why do they violently attack the second you touch it? The truth is, their brain is constantly battling between domestic comfort and wild survival instincts. When you stimulate the belly, the sudden tactile rush triggers an ancient defense mechanism hidden deep in their biological code. Those brutal bunny kicks are exactly how wild felines disembowel their prey in a life-or-death struggle in the jungle. They are not trying to hurt you out of malice or hatred. They are just malfunctioning under the heavy weight of their own predatory instincts. And this is exactly where the psychology of people who truly love cats becomes beautifully twisted. When a true cat lover is caught in this painful furry blender, they do not feel a single drop of anger. They look at the fresh blood drawn on their arm and feel a profound sense of honor. They know the animal is essentially saying, I trust you enough to show you my most vulnerable side. But please remember, I am still a lethal predator. We accept the physical pain because our reprogrammed brains understand it is the most raw, unfiltered form of communication possible between a human and a beast. The undeniable truth is that you have never tamed your cat. Over the past 10,000 years, humans did not domesticate felines. Cats simply moved into our warm houses, ate our expensive food, and slowly rewired our human brains to completely tolerate their wild, borderline abusive behaviors. We are the ones who have been trained. We have been psychologically conditioned to interpret a sharp bite as a gentle kiss, a painful scratch as a warm hug, and total utter ignorance as the highest form of respect. You think your cat is just an arrogant roommate, but they actually love you in the most brutal, untamed way possible. Do not ignore this silent affection. The next time you look at the faded scratches on your hands, do not cover them up. Wear them proudly like a badge of honor. Because in the silent, mysterious world of felines, those scars are the most priceless gifts of a love that easily transcends the rigid boundaries of species. If your brain has also been successfully hacked by a feline overlord, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with another crazy cat person who desperately needs to hear the truth today. Join us again tomorrow for your daily dose of Meow Logic. And before you go anywhere, Watch our next video right here on the screen to discover the terrifying reason why your cat stares at the empty corner of your ceiling at exactly 3 o'clock in the morning. You will not sleep tonight after watching it,